Time now for the live coronavirus update for San Antonio and Bexar County.
Good evening. I'm Mayor Ron Nirenberg with Bexar County Judge Nelson Wolff, along with the Assistant City Manager Dr. Colleen Bridger, who is the Director of our San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, as well as Dr. Ken Davis, who is the Chief Medical Officer for Christus Santa Rosa Health Center. And this is our COVID-19 update for the San Antonio community. We do hope you had a safe and physically distanced weekend. Tonight we continue with the trend of cases that we've been reporting and are reporting 565 new cases of COVID-19. Which brings the total number of cases to 20,213. We do unfortunately have 11 new deaths to report. 6 of them are Hispanic and 5 were white. 7 were male, 4 were female. Their ages ranged from 40 to 80. And the 5 of the deaths occurred at home, while the remainder were being treated in local hospitals. We've now suffered the loss of 195 San Antonians during the COVID-19 pandemic thus far, and our deepest sympathies are with their families. Our hospital system now is under severe stress. 1,267 people are hospitalized, with 421 in the ICU and 257 on ventilators. We now have 45% of ventilators available and 10% of hospital beds available. As you know, there are 7 progress and warning indicators that we've been telling you about weekly to talk about the where we are in the course of this pandemic, and we've been going through each of them on Mondays. But to simplify it for you, we've created a new risk level graphic that will be an indicator of how our community is doing and what stage of the pandemic we are in. We've combined the 7 indicators into one collective risk level, and we are currently between severe and critical. We are nowhere near the sustained decline in new COVID cases. We continue to have more than 1,000 people in local hospitals, and the positivity rate of COVID tests has increased slightly, now to nearly 25%. The hospital system as a whole, as we said, is under severe stress. So what does that mean for you? The messages have not changed, and if it helps to remember them, they fall under 3 Ps: prevent the spread, protect your family, and provide information. You can prevent the spread by wearing a mask, washing your hands, and maintaining social distance. You can protect your family by staying home, avoiding crowds, and creating closed social bubbles. Again, your household unit. And finally, you can provide information which critically helps us in the fight of this virus. If you test positive, answer the call from the contact tracers and let your close contacts know if they should self-quarantine. And again, these are ongoing guidance from our medical community and critically important for us to protect the San Antonio health and welfare. So I'll turn it over now to Judge Wolff.
Thanks, Mayor. We're going to be in for a good while of tough issues, particularly over the next 2 weeks if we don't get a handle on this thing. And it's not just us. It's every major metropolitan area in the state that's just running about the same thing we are. Even across the nation, you're seeing this continuing to be a big problem in the growing number of cases. But the next 2 weeks I think, are going to be pretty critical to us. And they're a major thing that's about to come about, and we have some concern about, is that on August the 10th, I know that San Antonio Independent School District is going to be going back into operation. I believe it's August the 27th on Northside District. And then you have another 15 school districts in our area that may have different starting times. Now, this is going to be a problem. Let's just take Clark High School. There was some 3,000 students there. A parent has the ability to say, okay, I want my child to go, or I'll take the lessons over the internet. Let's just say 2,500 of them show up at Clark High School, and you got teachers that are going to be in a vulnerable position. That is an incredible thing to try to handle, like trying to herd a lot of wild cats. And most of these students aren't going to have much of a fear. So we hope that the Texas Education Agency will give these school districts some ability to stage and to say how many people ought to be there. If you read any of the governor's latest initiatives, no more than 100 people in one place, even going down to 10, and then we say, 2,500 or 3,000 kids could end up in one school. Hopefully he's going to take a look at this and decide that school districts ought to have some flexibility in determining how many kids will come in at any given time to sort of stagger their classes. And we're hoping that he will do that. We think school districts have the right to maybe delay their opening for 3 weeks, but this is almost on us now. So we're hoping to get some support on that, and we hope that the governor and the Texas Education Agency is going to be paying attention to this, because this could be another big problem already laying on top of a huge problem we've got now with so many social gatherings, so many places where tons of people are coming together, which is by far the most dangerous thing we can be doing. So hopefully, Mayor, will get some support on that.
Wholeheartedly agree, Judge, and that is an incredibly important part of us working together to slow the spread of this virus, and how we get back to school is obviously on the minds of parents and our entire community. So we'll be meeting with superintendents this week and talking more about their plans. I also want to make note that in partnership with the nonprofit organization Lift Fund, the City of San Antonio is now utilizing federal funding provided by the CARES Act to provide grants to small businesses and nonprofit organizations that have been impacted financially by COVID-19. The grant program is an initiative of the COVID-19 Community Recovery and Resiliency Plan, and that was approved again by San Antonio City Council last month and corresponds with the Commissioner's Court program as well. The application period is open today, July 13th, 2020, and closes on Monday, July 27th, with $24.7 million made available. Lift Fund will administer the grants, and all completed applications will be reviewed for basic eligibility. Eligible businesses can apply by going to the website covid19.sanantonio.gov/recovery grants, or you can call.
This briefing is continuing right now on KENS5.com and our Facebook page. I want to bring you up to date on the new numbers today. 565 new cases. That brings us to 20,213 total cases of coronavirus in San Antonio and Bexar County. Sadly, today, 11 new deaths to report. Those people range in age from 40 to 80. 5 of those people died in their home. 195 San Antonians have died total since we've been fighting the coronavirus. 10% of hospital beds are available tonight. We'll continue to bring these updates online. We'll be right back after this break.